Hello and welcome to my channel. Please hit the like and subscribe button. I haven't posted anything of great significance in a while because I've become disenchanted with YouTube policies and guidelines. I believe they're either part of the government or working closely with the government, striking or shadow banning certain content creators' channels. Shadow ban uses an algorithm to flag your account that prevents your content from being seen, and it becomes invisible to new viewers. So that being said, I suggest you download this video before YouTube finds a reason to strike or remove it, because it's about to get real. What many of you are going through in this realm of social chaos, the have and the have-nots, the virus, social distancing, gentrification, displacement of families, travel restrictions, political unrest, it's not by accident. It's all part of a chess game played by the elites who rule the world. I just want to focus on this country. Please listen to the end because it all ties together. I'm giving you nourishment, but many of you won't drink from the bottle of knowledge. We all are living our lives by other people's agenda. And the words of the late Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., no one can be ridden if your back isn't bent. I'll start from the 1800s with the British East India Company, which of course was an English company formed for the exploitation of trade with East and Southeast Asia and India. It started off as a monopolistic trading body. The company wanted to participate in the East Indian spice trade. It also traded cotton, silk, indigo, tea, and slaves. In the beginning of the 19th century, this company financed the tea trade with illegal opium exports to China. Here's where the U.S. became involved. The Russell family of the United States became partners with the British East Indian Company and rose to the top of the opium shipping business and made huge profits from the sales. Afghanistan is the main country for opium poppy cultivation. The runner-up is Southeast Asia, but let's focus on Vietnam. Before their opium production declined by 98% between the years 1990 and 2001. Please pay close attention to what I just said, because it will be revisited. The Russell family was soon joined by other families such as the Piermont Morgans, the Astors. Franklin D. Roosevelt, our 32nd president's father, made millions in the opium trade due to marrying Sarah Delano, daughter of Warren Delano, who was a senior partner in the Russell family company. Yeah, the D in Franklin D. Roosevelt is for Delano, his mother's maiden name. The Perkins, the Cabot's, the Forbes, etc. These rich families put much of their wealth into Ivy League colleges, such as Harvard, Yale, and Princeton. These Ivy League colleges were started with top opium traders and slave owners. So now these millionaires have all this money. They wanted to maintain their wealth and white supremacy. So they devised a plan. You can say they are part of a secret society, or as some would say, the Illuminati. They have a powerful influence on the establishment of the U.S. They use their secret connections to further their own wealth and power. 20 U.S. presidents belong to secret society. All right, so these wealthy white Anglo-Saxon Protestant families wanted to influence and shape society. They started a program called the American Eugenics Movement with the goal of eliminate those who they consider undesirables, such as Jews, blacks, Italians, the Irish, Asians, and Hispanics. All were deemed as inferior. The wealthy families included the Rockefellers, the Vanderbilts, the Carnegies, the Piermont Morgans, and those who intermarried in these families. They also started the Central Intelligence Agency. That's right, the CIA. Within this group, they started Operation Mockingbird, which is a large-scale program of the United States that began in the early years of the Cold War that manipulated the news media for propaganda purposes. The CIA spent vast amounts of money and resources to control the way Americans thought and act. They controlled the information you receive. Now, I will revisit what I said about Afghanistan and Vietnam being the main countries for opium cultivation. Opium is a highly addictive narcotic that is the key source for morphine, codeine, and heroin. The longest war in American history is fighting in Afghanistan. Remember the Vietnam War? It is said the U.S. entered the Vietnam War to prevent the spread of communism. Let me reiterate. Afghanistan and Vietnam were the two major countries of the importation of opium. We all know anyone the government sees as a threat are either eliminated or destroyed financially. John F. Kennedy, Robert Kennedy, Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X were assassinated after they spoke against the war in Vietnam. They all tie in together. What I am saying all ties in together. All right, now let's go back to the eugenics movement. What could be the modern way to influence and shape society as they see fit? What about social media? The world has become fractured. Social media has enabled us to tribalize, to come together for face-to-face communication. Maybe that wasn't enough. Maybe they needed something more harsh. Let's introduce a virus that will cause social distancing, that will affect social intimacy and have higher risk of social isolation, less support from a wider range of people. Has remote communication provided a substitute form of in-person interaction for you? Do you like the Zoom meetings with your doctor? This has really affected the socially disadvantaged, those with low socioeconomic status, and older people. What about the emasculation of black men? Well, that has been going on for quite some time. Why must they put on a dress to succeed? Little Nas pregnancy pic? Really? I had a conversation with younger members of my family about the female rappers and singers exposing too much of themselves to gain popularity and success in the music industry. I can understand that from those who can't rap or sing, but somehow I find it unacceptable for those with true talent. My young family members told me that I need to get with the new age because times has changed. Females are showing their bodies more in the entertainment fields because that's what sells records. So whether they wanted to hear it or not, I told them the sexual gratification and the exploitation of the black female is nothing new. I began to tell them about Sarah Botman, a black woman who was born in South Africa around 1789, who in 1810 was forced to travel to England to take part in freak shows which exhibited her very large buttocks. Wealthy customers would pay for those private demonstrations in their homes. allowing their guests to touch her. So tell me, what's the difference? How has times changed? Beyonce record label Parkwood Entertainment signed Chloe Bailey. Her video for her single Have Mercy had her twerking, scantily dressed, and legs spread far apart. Beyonce was once quoted in a magazine called Teen Vogue about her record label saying, "Power is making things happen without asking permission. It's affecting the way people perceive themselves and the world around them. It's making people stand up with pride." What type of pride are you showing here, Beyonce? You have the ability of making a difference by not being a record label that does not degrade women to the status of a mere object. You are setting Chloe Bailey up for the rest of the industry to treat her as such. Stop doing the work of the oppressor. Jay-Z became the first billionaire rap artist in 2019. Remember he and Beyonce traveled to Cuba in 2013 when the U.S. had sanctions against Cuba? Look at the names of Jay-Z's companies. Rock Nation, Rockefeller Records. What millionaire or billionaire was backing his ventures? Remember who I said was part of the eugenics program? One was the Rockefeller family. Stop hitting that snooze button and stay awake. There's an African proverb that goes, "The sheep will spend its entire life fearing the wolf, only to be eaten by the shepherd." Thanks for listening. Please like and subscribe. Share this video. I'm not sure how long it'll be on YouTube. Thank you.